All of these baskets with all of the projects that I have to share with you guys today. So many fun ones, pretty different colors, progress keepers. You can tell I'm really into cranberries, and of course, as always, naturals and pinks by looking at my baskets. Hello. I hope that you guys are having a nice morning, afternoon, evening. I am lighting up a wax and roll candle in the English lavender colorway. It's one of my favorites. Let's close the door. Robert's cleaning and doing a bit of vacuuming. And I don't want it to get too loud for all of you guys. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but we do have snow. It's slowly melting, and I am beginning to hear and see the birds outside, which has been really such a pleasure. I abandoned the birds for a little while with my bird seed shortly before the fall, and I never saw them again. And I definitely learned my lesson anyway, so I've been feeding them again, and I've noticed them coming back just this weekend, and I've started to hear them outside. And for me, that means that spring must be coming. So I'm very excited about that. I need to open up the window again. It is warm in my shawl. I'm wearing the Plumeti shawl by Melody Hoffman of Bee Mandarins. She continuously comes out with stunningly beautiful patterns. I particularly love the shawls that she designs, and we have kits for these in the shop. I used gold stellina. So this is our gold stellina base, fresh sheets, and rose gold. So if you'd like to knit one yourself, we do have kits in the shop. I'm going to open the window and then open up the door because Oli, our sweet little kitty cat, well, he's Grand Masseu's kitty cat, looks like he wants to either eat something or use the bathroom. Do you need to leave, Oli? Huh? Come. You guys are going to be able to hear our wind chimes now, probably. Can you hear them? So pretty. The birds. Let's hope I don't get too cold now. Yes, I've been cozying myself up in shawls and hermiting inside of our home, but now I'm starting to feel like, as the birds start to sing their song and the weather somehow, even though it's below freezing, feels warmer. I think it's probably because there isn't as much wind. I've really had a lust to go outside and enjoy the weather, and we have been doing that. I've been doing a little bit of sledding with the girls and just spending time outside watching them and enjoying this time being together. So I have been doing a lot of knitting. I've really been enjoying my knitting lately. And I think what I'm knitting on right now is too far down to show you, but I've, like everyone else, really been enjoying knitting on socks. I finished Robert's socks, which I think you'll probably be glad of, as it was that one-of-a-kind Hygge colorway. and they're kind of all bundled up because Robert's been wearing them and he's really loved wearing them. So they are stretched out a bit, which is fine. They're well worn, and that's the way that it should be. The cuff is knit out of a brand new tonal colorway, which I've dyed up on all of our bases, and that will be in the shop soon. And then the base of the sock is knit out of our Hüge Gemütlich colorway, one of a kind that will not be ever dyed again. And then for the toe, I used our Dewdrop colorway. So this is one that I really enjoyed knitting. I ended up knitting his, can you guys hear the wind chimes? They're making a lot of beautiful music. Yeah, so I knit this out of our soft sock base, and I've really, really enjoyed making them. I even have another pair of socks cast on for Robert. He wears a size 46, so I don't know. I enjoy knitting socks so much that before it used to seem like a really kind of drag knitting him a pair of socks, and maybe even a bit of a special thing. But he wears his socks all the time that I think it is so worth it to knit him socks. Like I said, I really, really enjoy it. So I am using size 2.5 millimeter needles, which I've kind of realized is what really helps me to chug along in knitting his socks. I knit a lot of socks on 2 millimeter needles, which is an American size 0. And I don't know what a 2.5 is, but the fabric is really great. I knit these out of a 2.5 and he loves them. He says that he keeps telling me how wonderful they feel. And I knit the cuff on 60 stitches, and then I increased every 10th stitch a stitch up to 66 stitches on the first stockinette round, because he had been finding that his cuffs were too loose and I didn't want to go down a needle size. So I just cast on 60, and then as soon as I got to my stockinette round, I increased 6 stitches up to 66. So I am using a brand new colorway that Robert requested. He wanted something that was dark gray, almost black, with flashes of pinks and yellows. And that is exactly what I came up with. This colorway will be in the shop sometime this week. And yeah, I'm excited to see how you guys like it. I don't think it's something that I will offer more than just this one round that I've dyed it. But it's a really fun colorway to knit with. I love all of the very, very random speckles in there. I think it makes for great sock knitting. And for those of you who are in our January Harry Potter Yarn Club and you haven't received your charm yet, we collaborated with Simply Serving, and she made just the most stunning progress keepers. So look away. We have Dementor progress keepers. This is not the yarn that came along with this progress keeper. You would have received a skein called Expecto Patronum. And I hope that you guys who were in the club really, really enjoyed that yarn and charm. I'm pretty proud of it. I love the way that the charm came out from Lindsay, and the yarn came out exactly as I hoped that it would. So for those of you who have received it, I would love if you'd share on Instagram with the hashtag ahomespunhouse. And yeah, this February we're collaborating again, and the charm is super, super wonderful, and the yarn is great too. So I hope that you guys will love what you receive in a few weeks' time. I'm knitting these on soft sock. I didn't say that. And I am using Zings, and I am just, gosh, I'm enjoying these so much. I cast them on yesterday, and we started to watch the TV show called Messiah. I think it's a Netflix original. We watched 2 episodes, And this is what I knit in 2 episodes. I think they're about 40 minutes a piece. And I didn't knit the whole time, I think near the last episode. Well, the second episode, I just wanted to relax and snuggle up a bit. But I'm so enjoying knitting on these. So enjoying it. I'm still loving our soft sock base that we've switched over to. Now, last episode, I shared with you the Dale socks that I was knitting out of with the trees on them. And now I am knitting on the one with the hearts. We have this wonderful pink colorway. And then we have our Fresh Sheets colorway. And this is all that I've knit on. I've been so into knitting on Elodie's Pinguino that I have just kind of abandoned these socks. I'm still working on the pattern. Don't worry for those of you who are waiting. I'm hoping for that to come out early next week. But I'm really, really enjoying working on these. And then here we have another sweet Simply Serving Progress Keeper. This was from our January box of Hygge. We have Winter Wonderland boxes of Hygge in the shop right now. And yeah, I am enjoying knitting on these. This is out of our soft sock base again. I'm using the 9-inch circulars, and I don't think I had any of this cast on when I last filmed. So this is a brand new colorway. I thought that I would call it Hunka Hunka Burn in Love. I just think that's such a funny name, and it's just this really vibrant bubblegum pink. In person, it has lots of shades of very bright pink, peach, some red tones, and this colorway will only be available as a kit color. So I'm still enjoying knitting on the 9-inch circulars. Still enjoying knitting on that. So both of these projects are in mini baskets. You guys would have seen these in the beginning. Super sweet. Love them. I'll set this one right over here. Maybe I'll work on that today. I would love to finish up Elodie's Pinguino by the weekend. That's really, really my goal. She asked me if it would be ready for her to wear this Friday. So that is mostly the goal. That would be... I just spilled my coffee. That was very unintentional. While we are on the topic of the Pinguino, I guess I'll share it with you guys. So this is in a new basket. We don't have any of these listed in the shop. I've had this style of basket for quite some time, and I don't know why I haven't gotten around to listing it, because I love it for this project. These are definitely smaller than our Cozy Memories baskets. They're just different. So this is a Cozy Memories basket. And this is this kind of open style basket. So anyway, I am knitting on Elodie's Pinguino, and I have made so much progress in the last 2 weeks. I ended up dyeing a mini set specifically for Elodie's Pinguino, and this is called the Magical Minis set. You will get kind of a variation of Stellina minis and Plump Merino minis, which is what I'm using for her Pinguino. I'm using all Plump Merino base with Stellina in it. But when you get the set, you'll get a variation of them. And I just think these are so jewel toned and pretty. If you're looking for something jewel toned without being speckled, we do have our Gemstones mini set, and those are 10-gram mini sets. And I have found the 10-gram mini sets along with 20-gram are perfect for the Pinguino, because a lot of the sections use exactly 10 or 20 grams. The only section that didn't was this back section, which used almost exactly 80 grams of yarn, just that back panel. And then the 2 sleeves, which used almost exactly 100 grams, an entire full skein of yarn. So I used our Unicorn Dust colorway. I used our Stardust colorway. Sorry about that. I used our Stardust colorway for the sleeves. Elodie chose that color herself. And I had just enough of it, I think, to do one stripe here at the bottom. So this set is in, this cardigan, jacket, whatever you want to call it, is entirely knit out of mini skein sets. So the 20-gram mini skein set that I used for this is our Pink Fizzle minis set. It has 10 20-gram minis. And this is the set that I used. And then I also used the magical 10-gram mini set. And then I also used our Equinox mini set, which I unfortunately do not have in the shop. But if you are wanting to knit something similar to this, I would definitely recommend those two. And then you'll need some sort of a 100-gram skein for the sleeves. And then for the back, I used 4 20-gram skeins kind of marled together. So I am currently working on, this is all a bit of a, it's pretty large and it's on a cable needle right now. I'm working on this back panel. I just have a couple more rows to add to it and then that's finished. I've really enjoyed using leftover bits of my 10 and 20-gram minis just to stripe and add some fading and marling in there. And then all that I have left after I finish that is a big collar piece at the front. And then I'll have to do all of my borders. So bordering the arms with an I-cord bind off, bordering that arm, and then bordering all around the collar, the front collar panels, and then it will wrap up around the bottom. I should have worn my penguono today so that I could really give a good idea of how it looks on, because I feel like when you see this, it just looks so floppy and it's really hard to imagine how the piece looks on if you've never seen it. I would recommend looking on Instagram at that Penguino hashtag or even Penguono hashtag, because it's pretty much the same design, just on an adult or children. And I am using our minty mohair carried along with the yarn entirely throughout. So 2 strands of fingering weight yarn held together. Just been putting them in cakes and using the outside strand and the inside strand. And love this color. This is from the Pink Fizzle set. Elodie loves that one. I think I might use that for a bit of the collar. And yeah, I've really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to finish it and see how it looks. In all honesty, if she didn't even wear it, I think that I enjoyed knitting this so much that it wouldn't even be that big of a deal for me. It's something that will be quite oversized for her, and it's something that I could even wear as just like a bolero. It would be quite fitted on me, I think. But I have enjoyed knitting on this so much. Look at all of the beautiful colors. So I haven't listed Penguono or Penguino sets in the shop. I've had some of you emailing me after I filmed last mentioning that I maybe was going to do that. I'm going to take this off. After I mentioned that I was maybe going to do that. If you would like me to put together personal kits for you, I do not have a problem doing that. In fact, I would really, really enjoy putting together Penguono or a personal Penguino kits based upon colors that you want, colors that you're looking for, dyeing up maybe a mini set for you. I love to be inspired by your inspiration. So feel free to leave me an email if that's something that you are interested in. I brought up just one other mini set that I wanted to share with you just because it's so different than all of the other minis that I've dyed, and this is called the Abstract Mini Set. This is just so dark and luscious, and I feel like it's really mysterious and layered, And I hope that you guys love and receive this well. I've only dyed up a limited number of these, and like all of my minis sets that are speckled, they will not be dyed again. This was just a one-time thing. I was playing around with some dark color and I wanted to just have something different in the shop. I think this could be an amazing addition to a deeper penguino, any shawl. The final thing that I have been knitting on is working a bit on Ruby's Advent socks. So I have finished the first one. Had I finished this one I showed you guys last? I think I probably did. And I've cast on the second one. I am using size 2mm ones for these. Like I said, that's what I usually do for most all of my socks, other than Robert's. And again, I have a really sweet Simply Serving stocking progress keeper on there. Really cute. It reminds me of the girls. And I'm doing the blueberry waffle sock on these. I have our Double Dare colorway at the top. I'm using Home for the Holidays. This is Holly Jolly Christmas. And then for the toe, I have this beautiful red poly. So I've been enjoying these. When I didn't have any vanilla socks to knit on, I started working on these a bit while we were watching. I think we were watching something. My grandma was here this past week and she loves to watch movies and series. And so we spent a bit of time just hanging out and watching some good movies. So I did spend a little bit of time working on that while she was here. And then Robert told me that he wanted some fun socks with the pink and the yellow, and I dyed that up and I hung it over the fireplace to dry so that I could knit on it the next day, and that is exactly what I did yesterday. And I'm so happy to have those to knit on and for Robert to wear. And I didn't mention, but Robert usually likes a contrasting heel, cuff, and toe, or one of the mix, or all of the mix, or two of the mix. And for these socks, he decided that he wanted the socks knit entirely with this yarn. So that's kind of exciting. It makes it fly even more, in my opinion. So I'm about to go and spend a little bit of time editing my Dale sock pattern a bit more. I would love, like I said, to get that out for you on Monday. And then I want to spend just a little bit of time knitting on Elodie's Penguino. I would love to finish that bottom band today so that she can try it on a little bit more easily. And then it's just the collar and the border. So I could have it done in one day if I took a day off of work and spent the entire day knitting. So we don't have any big plans for this week. What would you call big plans? Just spending time with family and friends, and I'll be seeing one of my friends this week. My mom and I will be hanging out this Friday at a coffee shop, and she's working on a granny stripe blanket crochet, so I wonder if she'll take that along. I know she needs a little bit of help with it, so I'm guessing that she might. And yeah, just cozy winter time together. I hope that you guys have had a nice week, are going to have a nice week, whether you're in or out, alone, with friends, and I will see you all soon. Bye.